Right-ho, Thoroughbreds, welcome back to another episode of the Penalty Broncos podcast. I'm coming to you from the Bandwagon Bar, as always. We got one half of the four pack online. Ringer, mate, how's your week been?
Flat out, Britto. Been a big week, mate. We've got some contractors here putting 36 kilometres of fencing up, and we've got
damn.
Goddamn, all right, around the boundary. So we've got to clear it all, and I decided to using the loader to push the fence up, and a bit of wire got around tail shaft of the loader, busted an oil line. So I'm swimming in 1.5 inches of oil, snipping out all this fucking fence from around my tail shaft because I couldn't get the grinder in there because I didn't want to burn up, like, you know, in an oil fucking bath. So, yeah, it was a long process. I don't know if I got fucking scratched like I just went attacked by a fucking cat. Anyway, we got through that. Got to go up to Mount Isa tomorrow to get a part to fix this machine. But, oh, mate, it's been full on, and can't help but think Saturday night hasn't helped the mood at all. But anyway, we'll get definitely into that. Mate, how have you been? Have you been travelling all right around the Great North?
Yeah, we've been all right, mate. A little bit busy from work as well. But that's sort of on the down now, I guess. We're over the hump coming into. We got to polish up a few things. Still a little bit of a trek to go. You can't quite lose sight of the end just yet. So we'll get there though. But the weekend was relatively quiet. Had a boy go to a party. Gel Blasters actually was a party. They went and a lot less painful than the old paintball we used to get around in, but still leaves a bit of a mark. There was one kid there, he had blood coming out of his back, so good to see that, you know, it just doesn't change.
No, and they love it.
They love it. Took the bubs while he was at the party, took the bubs to the museum. A little bit of physics expo going on there, so they thoroughly enjoyed that sort of good stuff. And then just a cheeky, I'm going to hold myself accountable here as well. Over the weekend, there's a Townsville Running Festival, and you got your marathon and your half marathon and all that sort of stuff. I turn 40 next year, Thoroughbreds. A marathon is 40 kilometres.
Oh.
Used to be a little bit of a distance runner myself back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I'm talking 22 years ago. So a little bit of a bold prediction. I'm definitely doing the half marathon. Like, I'm going to go in that and do it next year. But I want to think in my head that I've got the competitiveness still to try for the 40. So we'll see how Christmas rolls around. What I'm doing there. But,
see what this training schedule brings.
Yeah, we'll see how we're going. But yeah, I'm gonna try and bring in the 40th year that way. I reckon that'll be pretty cool because I normally do. You know me, I normally do something for the O years.
Yeah, your 30th is still a highlight in my life. That was one of the best weeks we've ever had on that cruise ship. Wow,
that's it. Yeah, we went on a cruise, Thoroughbreds, out to the. Where did we go? Port Vila.
South Pacific.
Yeah, out in that area, and it was good. It was
a large week.
It was definitely a large week, especially at Port Vila where we had the old beer tour.
Yeah, the pub run.
Yeah, secret, they don't do anything less than 5% in Port Vila, and the beer is cold.
And the whiskey and the tequila just comes freely for nothing. The best thing about that trip was we were like all a bit sorry for ourselves as we're coming back through the gates, the heads in Sydney coming back into the harbour, and we were like, oh yeah. And then we all ended up meeting up at an Irish pub in the middle of Sydney at the night. We got back to the shore and got on the piss again. It's like, yeah, we're institutionalised now.
Yeah. If we do a podcast over the off season, Thoroughbreds, maybe we'll do like a bit of a yarn sort of game. We'll get into what happened on the cruise, and we'll kiss and tell a little bit. So Nothing that'll send us to jail, just some lads having a really, really good time.
Really good time.
So, but yeah,
amazing what you can get onto a boat.
Mate. What else? I had needles today, Thoroughbreds. Not a fan, not a big fan of needles. Will never be a junkie. Don't know what it is. I've got tattoos. I just can't do the needle. And I'm well aware of that. Man enough, man enough to say it. Ashamed to say it, but man enough to say it.
I don't think you're alone, to be fair. Like, I don't think anyone likes needles, but I know you have an adverse reaction to them. I remember at boarding school when the shot schedule come around that Tom's going to have lights out in a minute.
Yeah, so where's Britto?
Needles didn't affect him at all.
No, you jab as many as you want in me after that. But yeah, she nearly happened. I was fighting for my life, Thoroughbreds. I had to get bloods and told them all, warned them all, but I'd only had a coffee all day at that point. And so the veins are a bit elusive, but professional lady at where I had it going, it's probably the cleanest needle on both arms that I got. She missed the vein on the left, went over to the right, bang, nailed it, barely any pain, couldn't feel it, going great. And then the walls started closing in and I'm
getting television.
Mate, locked in. I was, because I did not want her to be disturbed and have to come back and do it again at another time. So she was a now or never type situation. But I got a lollipop because I was a good boy.
It must trip those poor girls out too, especially if they like looked at the sizes of your back tat and go, bro, you got that and you're going to pass out from this little blood needle. Like, calm down.
No, I have no idea. Thoroughbreds, am I alone? One of you, surely I'm not the only one. Let us know in the comments there. But yeah, that was basically where we are now. So at the top of the show, as we always like to do, make sure you like, subscribe, share if you can. Leave us a voicemail. We're always reminding of the voicemails. We do have one. Unfortunately, our regular listener who sends in, Big Stu, he's broken man this week. So he's recovering. Hopefully,
the Broncos have officially broke Stu.
The clubs have been taking scalps. We had a couple of weeks ago, the Gronk was off the Cowboys, and now we've got Stu off the Bronx. So hopefully you can turn around, though. If you want to become a sponsor, please email admin@penaltybroncos.com.au. That email will be in the show description. Right. Let's get into a bit of nosebag.
Nosebag my ass.
Bit of cheeky talk here. Talks of Billy being resigned. Now, there's also talks that the Titans have got their eye on Mr. Walters. Although I have no idea why they would want Walters. Let's be honest. Pascoe?
Yes, I know. Oliver Pascoe. Isn't Sam Verrill still there somewhere?
I don't know about Sammy, but I'm sure they've got they just need a utility. Because Pascoe's great.
Yeah, he's a handy weapon. And like, who are you gonna kick out? You're not gonna kick out Harrison. You're not gonna kick out Jaden Campbell. And what are you gonna sign Walters and say, okay, Pascoe, now you got to play 14? I don't think so.
They've got a fullback issue, yeah. So why would they go and muddle the waters by having a hooker issue as well?
Yeah.
They got Brimo, Campbell, and Kinney. So anyway, I don't.
Hands well and truly off, please, Titans. I know we've got like a treasure trove of nines and hookers in our club at the moment, but I mean, we're hoarders, so leave us alone.
Yeah, mate, that's my question here. Blake Moser, Corey Pakes, Ben Hunt, depending on where you see him, Billy Walters, Cameron Bukowski.
That's a lot of nines.
We got a stable right there, you know?
Yeah.
We have a couple out in the paddock, you know. Then we got a couple in the round yard doing a bit of circle work, getting it on.
Yeah.
So
we're like Chris Waller. We've got that many in the fucking training at the moment.
So my theory is, we've signed Pakesy already, right? We're in talks, rumours, 2-year extension for Billy Walters. I think now there's a lot of noise, and we'll get to Pakesy. we're fans. Okay, I don't think that you could argue. We understand the arguments that are out there about why you don't like him there, why he would be a 14 or why he shouldn't play at all. We understand that. However, too many chefs in the kitchen. We think Pakes just brings that. We don't want anything from him. We just want him to feed pill, make tackles, and then that's it. It would be good, obviously, to have a thing, but to have a nine, an electric nine like a Harry Grant or something like that, obviously. But we're happy with Pakesy. Billy, we're definitely happy with.
Yes.
Whatnot. Now, Ben Hunt's not going to be there forever. He's got one more year, and we don't know where he'll play. We don't know even if he'll make the field, to be honest. Blake Moser, Cameron Bukowski.
Yes.
We put the post out on TikTok about the news of the Billy re-signing and stuff like that. Now, something has caught my eye. Blake Moser has been injured over the last couple of years. Very unlucky. I think we had a shoulder, broken jaw, like very, 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 collarbone. Very unlucky, right? And he's kept him out. Do you think that in the perfect world, the Broncos went, right, Corey Pakes, because he was cuck chair Corey, remember?
Yeah.
Couldn't get a run.
That.
Yeah.
Yes.
Couldn't get a run. Do you think that Blake was supposed to take over when he took over, when he was supposed to take over with the first broken jaw, which was the 2024 season? Remember that at the beginning of the 24, he was out. Then he broke the jaw. Pakesy comes in, off he goes, sort of thing. Do you think that they were wanting to run Blake Moser from then until now, with Cameron Bukowski, the next man up? We're going to train this lad. Blake will go to here. If we need to, we can bring Cameron in. And then that was going to be it. And that's just been interrupted. Now Billy's fucking going great guns. Pakesy's a solid hooker. You have got Ben Hunt there. And, mate, Cameron can still be there. He can still be that young gun. We can go all in. I think the writing's on the wall for Blake Moser, unfortunately. I think we see Moser at Perth or at PNG.
Mate, I tend to agree, and I know that's going to upset a lot of thoroughbreds, but I think we need to realise what roles we want our nines to play. And for me, and everyone gets up Pakesy for not being dynamic, but I think at the moment it is blaringly obvious that we are completely using our hooker rotation terribly. Like, we're running Pakesy for 50 straight minutes. When you've got someone like Billy Walters, who could have, we call him the difference, who could make that spark. So I think what I love about Pakes is exactly what you're saying. In a team full of people trying to take control of a game, trying to own a game, you can't have too many people trying to try things. We need clear direction, and Pakesy gives us that. His service is impeccable. He's great from ground to chest, right? And he makes 40 tackles a game, barely misses one, if any. So playing for 30 minutes straight, get all the shit out of the game, make him tackle the big boys, put Billy on, and then, I think the future role going forward is having Pakes now with a 4-man rotation that you can only play for. If something happens to one of your big boppers or Paddy, put him in the middle and just make him tackle. We don't need meters out of him. And then have Billy come on and be your dynamic player. I think the one that is really going to miss out a lot, unless there's an absolute devastating injury loss to our halves in Duffy and Pezzett next year, is Ben Hunt. Unfortunately, and we love Hunty, but of that list that you just made of hookers that we have, is Ben Hunt in the top 3?
Yeah, I know. It's
between Moser. If you had to pick Moser, Pakes, Billy Walters, like Cam Bajeski, that a couple of games he played, he made one error when we made a break and there was an offload and he dropped it, and that's the only thing But I mean, the kid was good. He was so good.
Mate, I honestly and unfortunately, like Corey Pakes' grit and just resilience, I think, has got him a spot. Now, And like, don't think that I'm saying that Corey Paix should be our starter going forward. Like if he got dropped back to reserve grade, he is the perfect cover hooker because you know what, as much as the opposition knows what you're going to get out of Corey, so do we. We know what we're going to get, and when he's not going to surprise, he's not going to do anything dumb. He's going to be a solid guy. So, unfortunately for Blake and Cameron, we've got Billy, which is a different. He can play multiple roles. He can play more than that hooker role.
Exactly.
Then you've got Paixy, which is a good cover. So Blake or Cameron, one of them has to go. And like, unfortunately, Ben is going to be there, so he's taking up a roster spot. And like, if you are Blake Moser and Cameron Bukowski is coming up your ass, are you hanging around?
Exactly.
Or are you gonna, like, I know iron sharpens iron, yes, but you can go get. Has Perth even got a hooker yet?
I don't think so.
And we know that PNG Chiefs don't.
Exactly. And anyone. Like, you can't tell me that a team like the Bulldogs couldn't use someone like a Blake Moser.
Yeah.
You know, Bailey Hayward's sitting there. He's a pretty good little hooker, but I mean, you couldn't. You know, nearly every team would take him. So, if you've got salary cap pressure, unfortunately, we can't hoard all these great, because unfortunately, they're going to want to play first. Not unfortunately, but naturally, they would want to play first grade because they're probably all up to that level. It's up to the Broncos to figure out what sort of a game they want to play, because I know it's going to hurt either a Cam Bajewski or Blake Moser going and killing it at another club, and we're going to say, oh, we'd let them go. But how many can you keep in the stable? Which is unfortunate with, like you said, the Ben Hunt taking up his place in the roster. It's like, he's probably not going to be the 7, is he? Like, if we've got Duffy and Pezzett going forward, are we going to go another 12 months of an aging 7? Like, I don't know.
Let us know, Thoroughbreds. Like, we are.
Yeah, let us know.
Where do you see him? Like, we want to still do a mural. Like, it's not like we don't like Ben Hunt.
We love Benny, but I mean,
well, we love him that much that we don't want him to fucking go out. Shit.
Exactly.
But,
you know, there's a 19-man squad. Put him on there. If something happens, if there's an injury, of course he can come on. But I don't know if he's meant to be in the rotation when you've got all these guns, because if something happens to Ezra, straight away you got a Billy Walter 6, right?
Yeah.
So then there's a Paix Hunt or Paix bloody Moser. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, there's anyway.
Yeah. That's it. Paixy fits so many. He patches so many holes.
Yeah, I reckon he should try and. I would be, because he's not tiny. I'd be trying to make him be a 13. Just. When you stop feeding Pill off the ground, you just come into the middle and all you do is tighten the middle up.
Yeah. Yep.
Do a smoothie.
Let us know, Thoroughbreds, on that one. The next little topic we have, PNG Chiefs, Perth Bears, a little bit of chat around that. Now, David Pollock of calling out gas tax fame, he's starting to call out the government on why Aussie taxpayers should be footing the bill for the Chiefs. Now, I think David probably should have done a bit more research on this, because, and this is just our opinions, Thoroughbreds, and we're happy to hear yours as well. If the NRL was 100% serious about growing the game and only growing the game, the PNG Chiefs would not get a license.
100%.
This is purely a keep China at arm's length tactic. And if you have a look at it, it's probably the best and the cheapest national security that we will pay for. We give a country whose national sport is rugby league. We give them a team. They love it. We improve the lives of their citizens, pump some money into their economy, all that sort of good stuff. And they just go, righto, well, yeah, we'll keep China out. Like, we know, Mr. Jun, we won't take that port that you were going to build us now, sort of thing. We can build our own port because we have our own money. So yeah, just stuff like that. Like, that's just how we see that look, hopefully it doesn't happen, but I can see the Chiefs folding in 5 years. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if the players will want to be there. It's a big ask, and not a knock on Papua New Guinea either. It's just where you're going to have to be living compared to where you could live. Like, yes, tax-free money, and I think there was a big stir up about the tax-free money. It is legit, 100% tax-free money. Yeah. Because, little secret, if you've got money in Papua New Guinea, in Kina, you can only take out 10,000 Kina a day out of the country. And so if you have a look at the exchange rate, if you're on $1 million, that's a lot of days just to get your money out of the country, sort of thing. So, it'll be 100% tax-free. And like it's all well and good. You go over there, you're on Bitcoin, it's a big startup, yes. What happens in the second, third year when you're getting pounded from pillar to post, you're living up there, it's not the Gold Coast, it's not Sydney, it's not Melbourne, it's Port Moresby. You might have a family, you might not have a family, you might have a young missus who wants to start a family, that sort of thing. So I'm all for it because I think it will greatly improve the community up there. I think it'll do good things for the country, and hopefully they kick ass and everything comes along swimmingly, but would not be surprised if it gets folded. What are your thoughts, mate? Have you got any insight to it?
Not so much insight, but honestly, at the moment, we've spent about $750 million propping up Papua New Guinea, right?
Mm.
Where is that program going? It's obviously not bearing any fruit, right, for the country or any investment for us. I believe that this style of investment as foreign aid, let's call it what it fucking is, it's foreign aid, I think it's going to be more beneficial for that nation than anything else that we have ever set up there. And I don't think they're going to fold in 5 years. I honestly believe if there is, we have a full country that is just rugby league mad. Oh. Like every bit of content you see or every book you've ever read when like the old Aussie tours go over there, and there's like, but people come up with babies called Wally and Glenn Lazarus and fucking Blocker. Like, you know what I mean? Like they are obsessed with the game. So you give them a top tier, top level club. The PNG Chiefs in the Q Cup won the comp in the second year. They were in the. Was
it the second year or first year?
I thought it was the second. Might have been the first. Well, there you go. I thought it was the second. But anyway, the determination and the just love of the game will carry them a hell of a long way. So if they get 2 or 3 years of some key signings before the tax-free stuff goes away and build that sort of base, and it's a flow-on effect from that top tier. It gives kids there something to aim towards. Because at the moment, there's Chinese-owned gold mines or village life. You know what I mean? Like there's not really aspirational, something to look at as to be something. And an NRL club brings so much more than just the 20, 30 players that are rostered. It's physios, it's doctors, it's training staff, it's people keeping the stadium going. You know what I mean? Like there's such a big flow-on effect that I think the bang for your buck you're going to get. And I hope it fucking works. I really do, because like you said, it's shoring up the Pacific for Australia as a nation to try and make sure our allies, toe the line. But yeah, I think it's going to have far more benefit than the money that we are already sending there. And and not only are we not getting any benefit from it as the people giving the money, the country doesn't seem to be benefiting from it. The people don't seem to be benefiting from it. So I dead set think it's a great move. Called me out in 3-5 years, but at the moment I think we're throwing money up there anyway. Why not bolster the one thing that combines and unites the country and gives us common cause with them?
Yeah, 100%. It'd be good, especially with the internationals, if the Hunters start, And the Hunters in the Q Cup, they won their first Queensland Cup in 2017, which was their 4th season. They must have I'm pretty sure they might have made the finals of all the top tier anyway before. But they also claimed the minor premiership that year. They beat the Falcons 12-10 in the grand final. Can you imagine, though, they go over there, they now have unlocked all this talent, right?
Yeah.
And you have like a top 30 squad of Justin Olams running around and Marcus Byers sort of thing and Cooper Byers and all that sort of stuff. Like
Xavier Coates. Like, this is the thing that I think people need to realise. You have these absolute genetic freaks that don't get fucking hurt, that are absolute impossible to tackle. Like, we went to school with a few of them at BDC. Like, these blokes were, like, these were men amongst boys at the same age.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You give these fellas from under 12s to first grade, not playing, like you see the Matty Johns when they went over there and they're just throwing a footy around on the beach. You put that talent onto fields and into actual programs and into centres of excellence, and then, like, I think that there could be huge amounts of talent coming out of there that's going to benefit the entire league.
Yeah, 100%. Let us know what your thoughts are, Thoroughbreds, on that one. Yeah, we're pretty. Wayne Bennett getting out and winning a bit.
And Michael Chamis is fucking not paid either of us, so, but we're open to it. Fuck you.
Wayne having a whinge about the salary cap. I get that. I really do get that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I also get what they're about to go over and try and live and train and stay mentally sharp, just like what the players at Red Hill and Redfern and all that are doing.
100%.
In Australia. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
And it's like, okay, Wayne, you wouldn't go over and coach there for tax-free money? Like, calm down. Like, I understand. I understand what he's trying to protect his club and that, but I mean, they are going to live in essentially a compound for the first 2 years until they sort their shit out. So
yeah, 100%. We won't really talk about Perth Bears much. I don't think there's much there to talk about, unfortunately.
No, they'll get one. You know, there's going to be one huge name that's going to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the old Chiefs are holding on the ransom at this point, sort of thing. But anyway, they got Mr. Smoothie. Oh bloody!
Where are the big bloody Western Australian miners just saying third parties right here? Thank you very much.
We'll talk about content in the new
CBA.
New CBA. I'm really hoping that this new era of content in 2028 allows us to go, like, we pay a subscription.
Yeah.
And we go in and we say, look, we want minute 52 to 53 and a half. We want minute 45, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
We download that, and then we have the rights for that. Or not the rights, we have the approval to display that however we want. You get 5 minutes out of a 80-minute game or something like that. Go in and get your 5-minute clips that you want, or you can have 10 clips if they're like, 10 seconds long, like whatever, fucking going on from that. So, and you can just dissect it. I don't understand how they wouldn't allow that.
Well, Beak was in that new deal consultation, eh? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So surely that he's put that case across is that we're not stealing your content. We are promoting your game. And
yeah.
I'm sure Volandis, if they've asked Beak to come in and say it, the only thing I'm worried about is that cunts like Beak that are now tied to KO, tied to Channel 9, fucking toe the line and say, you can only get your content from approved, affiliates of it.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. If I can log in to KO as a creator, and I have a creator code and I have a creator login, we pay for that. I mean, Beak's got to be like, look, lads, there's people out there who will pay for your content.
Yes.
Like, don't think you can give it out for free.
Fucking, and you're so right. You could have it in tiers. Do you want 10-second clips? Do you want 5-second clips? Do you want 10-second clips? Do you want 10?
Do you want 720? Do you want 4K?
Yeah.
Do you want fucking...
Bro, that's fucking...
Do you want the commentary audio? Do you not want the commentary audio? Like, that's...
Patent that and chat GPT that over and send it to the council. Like, bro, give us a kickback, sponsor the podcast. You can have this for free.
But that's the thing. Like, all that shit is possible. Like, I don't understand
because, like,
why.
It's an economy, isn't it? Like, this whole digital podcasting fucking content creation is an economy. So you want to have you want to monetize it on their end, being the mainstream, being the ones that provide the vision. But if you made levels of it, it still lets baby fucking ones come in like us, and if we haven't got a big money behind us, if you can still pick out 10-second clips, even if you need 2 a game, and you only got to pay a little bit extra, fucking.
My thing is they don't want negative takes. They don't want you getting in there and going, the bunker fucked this up, blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. All right. Let's move on to a bit of game overviews. We've talked enough to try and forget what situation we're in. Now we have to come back to reality. We will run through. We have a nice set of notes here from Langers, as always, but we might just brief through it, see how we go. Let us know, as always, in your comments. And just remember, if you're seeing the screen, I'm wearing the 2025 Premiers jersey.
Yeah, boy.
Now, you can also just take away 2025 and you're just left with Premiers. Not many clubs get to say that they've been Premiers lately. I think there's only been 5 in 10 years.
Something ridiculous like that. So it's like been Sharks, Roosters, Storm, Penrith, us.
Yes, correct. So 5 clubs over the last decade, Thoroughbreds have actually been able to say that they can be premiers. And if you go back one more year after that, we'll bring in little brother Cowboys, where we were involved in that as well. So
yeah, exactly.
10 years, 3 grand finals, 1 premiership. Unfortunately, 1 spoon, but. We'll talk about the women because why not? Let's be honest. Killing it.
We are all swapping our beliefs from NRL to NRLW now. We're going to go lift a shield that way.
Yeah. We rode the hype train last year when both of them just caught fire and took off. And that was gangbusters. But now we've only got 1 to go and they're going well. This is the best start to a season in the club's history, 5-0. Very methodical victory. Was it at Magic Round, which was held in Wagga Wagga over the weekend. The ladies played on Sunday.
Of all places.
Looked great. Looked like a mint weekend.
Actually, yeah.
I think the last 2 Magic Rounds have been sort of rained out, had lightning, blah, blah, blah. This one looked like a treat. Nice and cool, sun out, HD light, was great. GeoHex Park, Wagga Wagga. Capacity of 10,000. It looked like they nearly got capacity each day too, which was good. First half, 0-16 to the ladies, to the Broncos. Bulldogs we were versing as well, if I didn't say that already. Second half was 4-18, absolute clinic, 4-34. But what I like about it is the stats don't tell a dominant game. It tells of a controlled game. So if you didn't watch anything, Thoroughbreds, if you didn't watch the game, listen to this. Possession was 46% to 54%. Completion rate, Bulldogs, 64%. Broncos, 71%. The ladies only completed 23 out of the 32 sets. 23 sets. And to give you context, the Dogs had the ball more times, as in they had 34 chances with the ball, but they only completed 22, 1 set less than our ladies. They only conceded 4 and they put 34 on them. Run meters, 1,194 versus 1,428. Not a massive difference. Post contact, 411 to 473. Offloads, 6-12. The girls are gone.
Yes, we can let the ball go. Yeah.
Kick diffusal, 92%. Love that from the ladies. Ruck speed was 3.78 seconds per play the ball against 3.33. Line breaks 2-11.
Yeah.
Getting
There's
pumped there.
The discrepancy.
Yeah. Bulldogs have better tackle efficiency, 84.71% up against 83.09. They made 266. Our ladies made 226. Missed tackles 32-33. Ineffective 16-13. There was 2 intercepts by the Bulldogs versus our 1. Unfortunately, Ali Brigginshaw, and I'm going to look it up soon, looking at a lengthy time. on the sideline for her tombstone.
Shit.
That was, I don't know what was going on there.
The earth. Wow.
Someone said something to Ali.
Yeah, Ali had a bee in her bonnet.
Yeah, that was bad. And she was lucky to just do 10 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, I reckon too.
But the errors 13-14. Penalty count was 5-7. On report 2-1, which was crazy. And one sin bin. Now, just the way that I watch, and it's the Southwell show this year.
Yeah.
And to be, again, ashamed of it, man enough to say it. That game would have ticked my perfect multi. Well, I would have been swimming in the money. You got a Broncos 13 plus, a Robbo, Upton, Jada, and a damn anytime try scorer. That's like my go-to. All of those, and didn't put it on. So
excellent.
But I don't think Chelsea didn't score. Bree Spreadborough scored. That's another one that I would have happily thrown on the Molten. But yeah, just Southwell just controlling everything. And, some beautiful tries, some offloads, some Bree Clark as well.
Bree Clark's going gangbusters.
She has taken missing the majority of last season to heart.
Yeah.
Coming back, hitting gaps, hitting holes, open field, Bree Spreadborough on a hip, bang, off you go, see you later, shut the gate. Lauren Dam back to her just consistent best like she was last year. And then the newcomers have certainly pulled their weight. And that's everything from the wing to the centres. Shannon Matto has come back. Now, there was a bit of chat last year that she was over the hill. Couple of reports, the old father time in the NRL or mother time in the NRLW, obviously. She goes out and posts the most run meters for the club.
Yeah.
Georgia Bartlett, killing it. She won the Lady of the Match last week from pure effort in running, and she's back having 2 line breaks again this weekend. And then we've also got
Danielle
Delaney
Pattaya.
Yep, and Caitlin Irwin. She didn't get too many runs this one, but she's been doing pretty good. Julia Robinson just being a fucking Terminator. And Chelsea Lenarduzzi.
Yeah.
What's that?
Shannon Matto, 166 run meters, and Lenarduzzi off the bench with 144. Yeah. Chelsea is a fucking weapon.
Yeah. Yep. 56 post-contact meters for Chelsea, 71 for Matto.
Yeah.
And if we have a look, Matto did 16 tackles, 0 miss, 0 ineffective for 100% in the middle as a starting prop.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Great stuff there. Regan Hicks getting in a bit of work. 15 tackles, one missed. Yeah, 1 missed. But yeah, good on Southwell. Hey, yeah, it's going to be. Who do we got this weekend? I've got it down later on. I got it down later on, but I'm frothing. I think round 7 is when we take on the Roosters.
Okay, because we're equal on the ladder now. So
yep.
So we got the Raiders this week, and then the Roosters.
Yeah, mate, that's gonna be good. I think we're away for the Roosters, so that's a bit of a shame. But anyway, let us know what your thoughts are. Comment below on the NRLW. Are you watching the games? Are you have you shifted? I should say. Have you always been watching? Or have you now shifted because of what has occurred in the NRL over to the NRLW? No shame here.
No shame here, bro. We won't king shame you.
No, absolutely not, because we all don't have time to do everything we want to do. So we understand that. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. Where's that Band-Aid?
All right. This is where we're at. The men's NRL. Now, let's caveat this with a little something. I will always be a fanboy. I will always be biased, one-eyed. I will hope for the best in everyone at the Broncos, whether it's management, trainers, physios, players, grandkids, whatever. Like, man, like I don't know what to say in times like this of what's happened. I know there's a lot of people out there going hard. There's, Brandy for one.
Boss. who is absolutely fucking bathing in it at the moment.
Are you telling me that the Storm and the Broncos aren't making the
finals? He's climaxed so many times, fucking running that through his head.
Nearly tore the fucking end off it. But yeah, like I don't know. I just hope that they know what they're doing in the four walls, and in the club. I have faith, I guess we could say. I mean, I'll give my opinion as we walk through this, but fuck, do I know if it's right? We're certainly not here to tell you how it is. So, Suncorp Stadium, Saturday, and why did it have to be the Knights? Fuck me. They had to go back 6 years before they could find a win.
Yeah. And then we just handed it to them.
Yeah. Saturday the 1st, 52,000 capacity, 500 at Suncorp there, 37,538, 71.5% of the capacity.
Which is fucking ridiculous, Thoroughbreds, for the season we're having. You're just fucking legends.
Yeah, so good. First half, 0-14 to the Knights. Second half, 6-16 to the Knights for a full-time score of 6-30 loss. Similar to the girls, but just opposite ways. 46% possession to 54%, 65% completion from the Broncos, 85% from the Knights, 1,485 run meters versus 1,857. Now, where do we even start here? So I've seen a lot of chat around you can't beat the ref, right?
Sure.
At the first half, you could be agreeable for that, but it's weird how the penalty count ended up 8-8 by the end of it. So, but the errors 15-8. What do you do there? Couple of sin bins. The
completion rate.
Yeah, the completion rate's awful. The sin bin, fuck, that game got away on the ref quick.
Yeah,
and I know that we shit can refs all the time, but like what? Yeah, it was pretty bad. Telling Paddy on the hot mic to do better at leading. I don't know if is that.
I don't think if that was in a workplace, you would get fucking court-martialed.
Mate, no. That had nothing to do with what he was asking at all. And I just think it was pretty out of pocket.
It was line. It was out of line for sure.
Yeah. So
like you can say, mate, you got to clean it up, blah blah blah, and then Paddy's like coming back. He's like, yeah, but you something about like you just pinging us for fucking everything or whatever. He said, well, go do better at leading. It's like, what?
Yeah,
no, you say clean it up or whatever. You don't say that. Like, do better at leading. Be a better captain. That's such a wild thing to say.
Should have just said be a better ref. It's the same thing.
Or like, yeah, go to the bin.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
It's true.
Same thing. All flows 8-13. Kick defusal, we actually did pretty good, 88% compared to what we normally do. Ruck speed 3.32 versus 3.37. Line breaks 3-10. Poor old Karapani was in no man's land.
Yeah, he was burnt.
He either has zero faith or the condensing of the defense on that side is not where it needs to be, sort of thing. So, I mean, he had the speed, sure, to cover, but the Knights just had the numbers.
And we always got caught short, and like you said, he's hanging in to watch for Dane.
Yeah.
It's like, are you watching the right tape there? Because Dane's dangerous, yes, but at least you've got some cover from the inside that might get him. Dom Young gets around you. Fucking look out. Like,
yeah, that's it. Let us know what you think of those ones. We had Walshy cited for a hair pull, got a bit of a fine. Doesn't look too much came out of that. What are your thoughts on the hair pull, mate?
Well, in hindsight, it's fucking dumb because we could have got a 12 on 13 for 10 minutes and we probably could have clawed up way back into that game. To be sent off for 10 minutes for it is whoa. Really, in the it's dumb, yes, but like 10 minutes, your team without a player for that? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, especially when you look back at some of the other bins during the year. Like, it's just...
And the one in the first half when Mariner was like... I'm sorry, that's not a 10 in the bin.
Anyway, if that was 10 in the bin from Mariner, then Stagg should have went 10 in the bin against the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So that's my one-eyed piece on that one anyway. But anyway, let us know. All right. Righto, we'll rip through. We've got the notes here by the ever wonderful Langers. He toils hard, that boy, during the match. So much so that he does not join in on the group chat.
No, he's deep in the weeds of getting this out. It's an absolute weapon of a job.
Yeah. But we all know what happened. We don't really want to relive it. So we're just going to walk through these notes and just pick out some delicious parts to talk about. And my first one is a Cat 1 HIA for Mr. Adam Reynolds. If you were listening to all the media releases during the week, very interesting choice of words coming from Mr. Reynolds that he's playing his last season week to week. He doesn't know which game will be his last. Absolute rumor fucking mill here. But is he carrying an injury of some sort?
Mate, it doesn't look good the last couple of weeks, does it? He looks slow. He looks not willing to stretch out. He doesn't look decisive in what he's doing. And honestly, rewatching that, the Cat 1 sort of what happened to him, it wasn't as if it was a huge blow. Like, he puts his head in some terrible places tackling second rowers like most weeks. And that one didn't look anywhere near as bad. It obviously caught him right on the button. And like when he went down, I thought, oh, Jesus, Renault's just copped one here. He's sort of going to run this one off. And then he stumbled. Like, oh, look out. We're in big trouble here. So, not great very early in the game to lose your half.
No, that was the 6th minute. And then, like, would you have put Walters or Hunt on?
Walters, 100%.
Yeah. Let us know.
We're playing Reece ball. Like, we beat Penrith playing Reece ball. It is a time to not quash that movement and say, Billy, get on there. He's obviously just yearning for some game time and adding, like, trying to, do something for the club. Why not? You've got that free interchange up your sleeve. You've got Ben Hunt sitting there. It's quite easy to just go, okay, well, if this isn't working, Hunt go into 7, Walters into 9, and we can reset. Like,
you're going to make that change eventually.
You're going to make that change eventually anyway. So
yeah, they ended up both getting out there as we expected. So,
exactly.
The next one, we've already talked about the Dean Mariner professional foul, so we know about that. We don't give a shit about Dom Young scoring a try in the 7th minute. What we do care about is a penalty for a disruptor.
Yeah.
For Grant Anderson swiping the ball with one hand and making contact with Knights' Kalen Ponga. How many weeks are we going to go back to find the last time a disruptor got called? And are you not allowed to go up? He was competing for the fucking ball.
And what? So a tap back's now illegal. So if he tapped it, what gets me is if he does make contact, tap it back, we pick it up and score a try. Do they go right back to that and call it a disruptor, or is it a try assist?
Or he goes up, taps it back, does not make contact with Kalen, and it's play on.
And like they said, he went up with one arm. He didn't go up with one arm. He leapt with 2 and got banged out of it and whatever. But it was the play. Oh, I don't know. Like you said, you got to go back a long way to find a disruptor call.
Well, then also, I think Dom Young goes down the other end not long after this he goes up or a challenge, one arm,
nothing.
I don't, and that's my biggest bugbear.
It's the biggest, hairiest black arm you've ever fucking seen. Like you can't miss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wasn't that a penalty 7 seconds ago?
And I think that hurt Anderson too. Like it wasn't hopefully he's all right. I haven't seen anything come up, but hopefully he's all right. As we move on, penalty to Knights for Paddy Carrigan hanging on too long in the tackle. I thought that one was a bit. He said surrender, and he goes, "I'll determine that." I'm like, "Well, you're right. You will determine that, but
you did say surrender, so isn't that mean you can because you see it anytime they say surrender, they literally just crawl all over.
Yeah,
because you've won the ruck. So
yeah, cheeky stat up on the board at this point. Possession Knights 65%, Broncos 35%. Line breaks at this point, and I think we were just outside of the 10-minute mark. We're 5-0.
Yeah. And this is, we're going to get to it at the end, but I mean, when you read the stat sheets, it ends up being equal. Nothing's equal when you're getting pounded into the core of the earth in the first 40 to 50 minutes when you're just getting drained of all your energy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not equal.
And then tackled in the opposition 20, Knights 8, Broncos 0.
Exactly.
Around here. So, it's not looking good. Ben Tolte, mate, has he regressed a little, or are we just not getting the role forward to get him to do what he needs to do?
Yeah, again, Corey Jensen, such a huge loss. Yeah. Like at the time, you don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And also, this game we didn't have Big X for most, 90% of it, which I think people are overlooking. But Benny, it's just his hands. Nothing else seems to be letting him down. It's just a few times this year it's his hand. Mind you, he did get the hospital passed, the first knock on, hospital passed into an absolute shot. So, like, I'm not going to...
And all them boys know Tolte too. He played with a lot of...
Exactly. And I'm not going to begrudge him that because, fuck, I wouldn't even try to attempt to catch the ball in that situation. So,
yeah.
Anyway, but it might be second-year syndrome, mate, where it's like, such the highs of last year. But, I mean, if you're trying to lean on Ben Tolte for your problems this year, I think you're drawing a fairly long bow.
I didn't mention Big X because it's not on the sheet just yet. But he went
because
very
no one
early.
knew. No one knew.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know.
I was shitting myself that he'd done an ACL or something. But it was in contact. Yeah. So that's sort of what I held out hope for.
Could we be the only club that loses multiple gun players to lacerations in a season? Like, I'm sure this is a fucking uncommon occurrence, and Dean Mariner lost his fucking leg from a terrible cork that got cut in it. Well, and now Big X.
This year we've had blood clots. We've had, life-saving limb surgery occurring hours after the game. Cuts in weird or difficult areas, I think they called it.
Yeah, they couldn't stitch it up. It wouldn't keep hold.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if he makes a return this week or if they're going to give him a week to... Because obviously you've got to be careful of infection to a certain degree. So, just keeps on keeping on, pretty much. What's the next one we got here? The old Crusher tackle made an appearance. That was great. Karapani dropping the ball over the sideline. A little bit. Karapani, though, effort area. For a man whose off-field antics are in the headlines for the wrong reason, his mental attitude towards the game is incredible.
The man is an enigma, isn't it? Like, there's not, there's very few rugby league players that, usually the ones that are getting pulled up for fighting in nightclubs and speeding down a fucking freeway, they're like the genetic freaks or the, wasted amazing talents, that, have all the skills in the world but don't really apply themselves, but bob up every now and then to be, David
Fafita,
your what was the little
Dave
half?
Taylor.
What was the little half for the bloody
Sando.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. You know, like these players that are just, they're shitheads, but they have this freakish ability that just keeps them being. Karapani's like a workman on the field, and you're like, how are you such a shithead off it? Like, it doesn't make sense. But, I mean, he takes shit-ass tough carries. He'll put his hand up for every single one of them, and he'll run into the teeth of the biggest cunts on the field and have an absolute field day doing it. And then he can still finish a try off if you give him the opportunity. But yeah, so I'm not going to begrudge the kid.
No, I do hope that he does fix that off field, because the word is that he's done if he does it again. So hopefully he can sort that out. Mate, just go over to Thailand and let loose in the off season. Just rip.
Just go on, let him get it all out.
Away.
Yeah. Do not go to the valley ever again.
We have made our way to the halfway. That was a quick one. Langer's notes here: multiple squandered opportunities, once again costing the Broncos. 3 sin bins in the first half. Reynolds cat 1 HIA, big X gash on the knee. Walsh silly behaviour, getting sent to the bin for a hair pull. Big second half needed. What were you feel? I felt 14-0 at half time was not a hill too high to climb. What were your thoughts?
Well, when you consider we lost Mariner and Walsh for a combined 20 minutes, we lost X and Reno for 36 minutes, and I think Big X for 32 or some fucking thing, something ridiculous.
No, X went off first set of the Knights.
Yeah, right, so 38 or 9 or whatever.
And I think, hang on, so the Knights kicked off. So it was the very first set of the night, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we kicked
right
off.
On their 5th tackle, yeah.
There you go, okay. So, all those things considered, and we squandered opportunities, and that just seems to be in our DNA this year. Things that were coming off last year just aren't working for us this year, which is like Murphy's Law, isn't it? When you go and shit things happen to you.
Yeah.
At 14-0, I was not worried at all. I thought we could, if we put it all together, which we know we can, and we know there's going to be one game before the end of the season where we see all this click and go, no, there they are. We could pull 14 points back in like 6 minutes. So I'm not worried about that at all. I'm just worried. The things I was worried about was their set distances. Like, why are we letting them march so far upfield? They're not. Trey Mooney's a big boy. That McEwen's going to be a fucking weapon. Don't worry. But
handful, isn't he?
No Dylan Lucas. I don't know. I just thought we'd let them march far too far upfield, which is starting to point towards a Ben Teo leaving the club. But anyway, we'll get back to that. But I was not concerned about the deficit. I was thinking, what a weird first half. Let's just go back to what we know how to do, and we never did. So anyway, how did you see it, mate? Did you were you panicking at halftime?
I wasn't at all. No, I was like, we started shit. Like it's been a wild first half.
Yeah, wild.
Three sin bins. Players dropping out here and there, but I mean, I thought we had the cattle to fill the place that we needed. Big X is a loss, 100%.
Yeah.
And
your halfback.
Yeah, Payne was having a good crack towards the end there, and a little bit in the end of the first half. I'm just looking at the times here. Xavier Windleston played 5 minutes, and then Renault played 6. So bang bang.
Yeah.
And what time did Mariner get sent off? 7th?
7th or 8th, yeah.
And then Reece, he obviously Dean was back on.
There were 15 minutes to go in the first half when they both got sent off. So, yeah.
Yeah. So she was a very unsettled first half. And I just thought, well, maybe if we get back to the sheds, gather our thoughts, collect what's the game plan, move forward, get out there, get it done, and move on. The try that Reece scored was amazing. Excellent.
Typical
team.
Broncos just fucking, score try of the year. Then we decide not to play football for the rest of the game.
Yeah. So, I wasn't panicked. But anyway, we get out there, Knights kick off in the second half. Straight up, just penalty to the Broncos for a strip, multiple defenders in the tackle. And I was like, all right, sweet.
Yeah.
They're going to give us some opportunities and we need to take them. And then we had a no try to Grant Anderson. We spread it right. Anderson gets taken over the sideline trying to dive for the corner. Never really looked like he was going to score, and it was only the third tackle. If we grease that opportunity, that's a mistake and points. We capitalize straight away and we move on, and we're back. We're so back, sort of thing. So, but we don't, and then they go down and Phoenix Crossland scores.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. 12-point turnaround.
12-point turnaround from a break inside pass. Yeah. It was terrible.
Now, I'm going to play the one voicemail that we did.
Yeah.
This will be the segue. Yeah, the not stew. Scotty Too Hottie. We'll just call him that one. Hopefully this will play immediately.
Boys, what has Walters got to do to get on instead of Pakes? He's useless.
That's what we got in the halftime chat voicemail. So, this is well before 50th minute.
Yeah.
Billy Walters, I've got here, enters the arena. Mate, Thoroughbreds were seeing it. And again, I'll just carry it with it. We don't think Pakes is shit. He has a role to play. But, yeah, first half, back end, people are tired. There's a bit of confusion around. Release Billy Walters.
Yeah.
Let's make some points out of that confusion. Try and unsettle them a little bit. But we wait until the 50th minute. So, they're still a little bit fresh.
Yeah. It's the oddest time to make the change, isn't it? You could say you could have a half each, but why make Pakes play a full 40 and then 10 minutes after half time, okay, you're off. Surely 30 minutes in the first half, especially at the time when, they had an edge back rower off. We had a fullback off. At that time, there was still 15 minutes to go in the half. Once everything settled down after the two sin bins, couldn't you hook Pakes and put Walters on to just disrupt that? Let's work to the edge where there's no defender there, like where they're missing a defender, and have Walters scheming and just sort of, I don't know. It just seems 50 minutes seems such a weird time because, you've let so much of the game go before playing a card that you have up your sleeve, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, my thing will be that, like you said, it was 15 minutes ago when two sin bins occurred, right? So we got we're down to 12.
Even after being down to 12 already, yeah.
Yeah, so leave Pakesy out there to just tackle because we're going to need that sort of thing. But then again, we are 12 on 12 in that period as well.
Yes.
So, I would have liked either when Walshy came back on, we do a bang, bang, Pakesy, you come off, Walshy and Walters go on. Or immediately after the first half, sort of. Just to come out with a bit of a different, difference. See what I did there?
Exactly.
But the Knights come out, Pakesy's still there. All right, we know what we're getting. Oh, hang on, Walters is there. Now we have to look at the ruck, sort of thing. So it was a bit of a weird. We're not trying to rack Badger's brain, but
it's just a weird timing.
I'd
love to see because it seems to be consistent with what he does anyway, even when it's not Walters. He waits until the 50th. I don't know when your shape isn't working and you're not getting the results you need. I don't understand why you wouldn't play that card earlier.
Yeah,
just to see if it sparks something, because you can always go back to the well of Pakes.
Yeah.
54th
minute, cheeky stat, completion rate Broncos 70%, Knights 83%. Didn't get much better. In fact, it got worse.
Way worse.
59th minute, try to Reece Welch. 5th tackle play, Reece spreads it to the right, Mariner, does some brilliant work beating Dom Young and then putting a chip through for Reece to dive on and score the Broncos' first points. Kick is converted. Mate, 5th tackle set. Took us 15 seconds. Bang. Oh, not even that. 5 seconds. And we're over, sort of thing. So
it was one of the most sexy Broncos tries too, wasn't it? Like
that dive over the line.
Yeah, like diving to catch the ball in front of the other player and scores. Like, and then Thoroughbreds, get your conspiracy fucking theory hats out. How much did we not need to win this game? Like, were the powers that be not wanting to win this game? Reece kicks the conversion, and both of the touchies go, waves it away. And he picks up the tee and looks at Atkins like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That? Yeah.
And then
I don't even think Atkins went, what? Hang on.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, because it's a point scoring play, we can review it. It's like, yes, you're going to fucking review it. If you can review a head-eye tackle and put someone on a report 3 plays ago. Oh, and it's
can you imagine if they kicked off and they showed a replay of that?
Imagine if it was before bunker time, before they could intervene. But I mean, what I don't get like the poor old refs maybe just have zero confidence at the moment. I understand that it's a fucking terrible job, hard job. But I mean, someone needs to be boosting these fellas up because it seems like they're looking for something not to be true. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not sure about a conversion dead in front, are you thinking instinctively he misses it? You know what I mean? Like, I think they're looking for something. I don't know. It seems like if you got it wrong, like 90% of the time, wouldn't you think they get it wrong the other way around? Like, no, he's in front. And like, it looked a bit close to the bar, but, you know, they don't miss them, flag up, and then they review it. Oh, no, it went under the bar.
It made the crowd. I don't think it makes the crowd if he gets under the bar.
It's so fucking ridiculous that both of them like, nah, and then watch the replay. It's not as if it...
And they said it the best on the commentary. That's a drama that we don't need.
Exactly. Like, and no one needs.
Thankfully, no one's talked about it this week.
No.
Except us.
Because everyone hates us so much.
But yeah, that was pretty bad. Drop balls everywhere, another try to the Knights, captain challenge, lost ball, blah, blah, blah.
Lost ball.
Yeah. We challenge for a knock on, blah, 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 get all that shit out of the way.
Terrible fucking challenge.
It's just not a good half again. And it was at this point, coming up on the 70th, I think it was 68th minute when we did that captain's challenge with the knock on. Replay shows Reece Welch doesn't touch the ball at all, so challenge is successful. 2 successful captains in 2 minutes. But I was done. I was like, season's over.
Yeah,
we're not coming back. There is nothing. Where did it all go wrong? Like, I'm just...
We've made try scoring look fucking almost impossible other than a freakish effort. So I don't think we're going to all of a sudden...
Yeah. It was a very, very tough watch indeed. And to finish it off, there's like a forward pass by Ezra Mann to Josiah Karapani trying to put him down the sideline, like just sum up the night.
Yeah.
You know, so much. Notes here from Big Langers. Officially all over now. No chance of making the 8. Dream has ended. We don't deserve to make the 8 anyway. Walters is not the difference. He's back on the Walters hate train.
No, he's reverting to bloody his core beliefs.
He's just throwing. He's emotional.
He's an emotional man.
Yeah, he's just throwing stuff out there. Don't take it to heart, Walters. Once again, multiple opportunities wasted. Agree there. 10 players combining for 15 errors. Tolty dropping multiple balls. Rough to see. Momentum tracker showed 3 little yellow bars for the entire game.
That was not needed to be thrown up on the screen.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of salt in the wound.
Yeah, that was fucking.
That was Brandy. I'm going to blame Brandy for that one.
Yeah, Brandy and Lincoln.
We got the Dolphins next week.
Bro, they could put 100 on us if we fucking play like that.
I hope not. I'm hanging on the reigning premiers, and I'm raining on the fact we haven't had 50 put on us.
And the Cowboys got beat by 82. So let's just fucking.
And the Cowboys, but how good. We'll get to that.
Like, that's the only thing that we can, like, pick
mate.
at the carcass of your year.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, Broncos 13 plus, he reckons, for the Battle of Brisbane. So good stuff. Now, I'm going to have a bit of a spiel here, if that's all right.
Do it, boy. Do it.
So after we've had the game, we've digested it, we went to bed, actually. And then our new recruit, Shem, he decided he was going to break the ice and just say, righto, I'm going to break it.
I know, it's fucking hilarious.
What the fuck happened? And then we got into it. And
it started an avalanche of feelings.
There was so much emotions in a glass cage that was our phones. Anyway, I just started writing, and I just wrote what I thought down. So this is basically what I wrote here. The similarities between 2024 and this season are impossible to ignore. I remember having the same emotion. How can we play so bad with the people that we have, knowing that we made the grand final the year before? Okay,
yep.
2023, 20 minutes away from winning a flag.
Well, 3 minutes really, but yeah.
3. Kevy was sacked after 2024, right? Yet this year has become almost a carbon copy of a side lacking effort, energy, and accountability. It just, I did put a comment as the page up on Vossi's video about, are you worried about 2027? And I'm like, well, we can't go any worse.
No.
I mean, we can, but one worse, like, surely the players that we have in the stable will not allow that to happen, right? And if you have a look at it, we won the Spoon in 2020. Very young squad. Yes, I know. Questionable coach. Sure.
Been sacked since.
Yeah. 2023, we were in a grand final. Turn that, like, that is a very quick from a Spoon to a grand final in 3 years is pretty good. Then we have a shit year in 24. We win a grand final in 25, and then we're having a shit year in 26. It just seems like the players aren't capable of keeping the intensity up. They go all out, and then they're drained, and then they go all out again. And so I reckon, and like I said in the comment, this is probably Madge is hopefully learning from this, as you would expect him to. Yeah. And he's like, right, I know what to do in the off season. And he would have explained that to the board. He would have explained it to the club. This, I've learnt this. I'm going to change that. And hopefully that's why they have publicly come out and backed him and said, yep, look, everything's happening great. Hopefully they don't backstab him. I can't see how the club can.
No, you can't. Like, you can't. But I mean, like in a professional field, right, Britto? It's saying your field. If you have someone underperforming that has performed before, say in a performance review, and they do not learn from that year of bad mistakes, then you jump on them, right?
Yeah.
You don't throw the baby out the bathwater because you go, no, the talent's there, the work ethic, whatever, everything you want's there, obviously because we have this silverware in our cabinet. And then, whatever happened this year, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater with that. You wait until next year and you go, well, this is now a pattern of poor behaviour or poor performance, you know what I mean? Like, and then you make your decision. I don't think Kevy got that grace, but I think the board was a different beast at that time.
Yeah, I think there is some other stuff going. Like, we've since seen. I'm not throwing any sort of surprisingly shots here, but the old boys pack with Kevy, I think, might have not helped him.
And I think too, and you're dead right. But I mean, look at our roster. Like you said, it's been almost the same batch of kids from the Spoon year. They inject Renault into it. It gives them a bit of life. And then they go downhill again. We inject Hunty into them, injects a bit of life. Don't know if like those old bodies have had that same effect this year.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying, and all of that though, that team of players should be able to walk out there with me as a coach and make the top 8. So I think a lot of the ire of the Thoroughbred needs to go onto the players and the attitude and the willingness to, even when things are going shit, let's bring ourselves back to the fucking Strait of Gibraltar and fortify our season. You know, we're not going to play flashy. We're going to just defend our way, and then when we need it, we will try and score points and, you know, get over the line. You know, the Dragons, Eels, Bunnies, all these fucking teams we should have pumped.
Yeah.
And we got beaten, you know, like there was no sort of introspective realization that the season's not going how we planned. Let's just like all jump around a very simple plan and just defend our way and like dig in. There just didn't seem any dig in, and that was what was most unfortunate for me.
And then the rest I've got here. So the injuries at the beginning of the season certainly didn't help.
Definitely.
But we can't seriously claim that Corey Jensen and Jack Oswelski are the difference between this team competing and being flogged.
Exactly.
Right. Apart from Tyson Smoothie and Kobe Hetherington, and Jack and Corey, almost everyone is now available.
Yeah.
Right? Like Tyson and Kobe no longer there. Corey Jensen retired. Jack Oz, I don't know, he's there somewhere. Still want to believe in Madge. He wasn't there in 2024, so he can't be blamed for the problems that existed then, right? That in cover. Then you go, well, okay, well, maybe it's the game plan. Well, hang on. Trent Barrett and Ben Teo weren't there in 24 either. Actually, was Teo? No, they came in when Madge came in.
Yeah.
Because Ben Teo came from the Dolphins and Barrett came on board and Madge said, yeah, you can stay there.
Sharks?
Like, is it Sharkies?
Pretty sure it's Sharks.
But, you know, they weren't responsible. So that leaves just the players. But which players and what has changed sort of thing? Like,
well, I think Paddy Carrigan come out and said it pretty well, where he said it's essentially, he said it's us going out there playing every week and it's just not working at the moment. And it's dead true. Everyone can see it.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely like you can't coach them to do that.
No. And does that point to your team leaders more than your team coaches? You know, are the standards not being set by the leadership group? Which is hard to believe in a team of Carrigan, Haas, Reynolds, but you know, is there factions there that we don't know about? Did they get huge heads after 26 and not just decide we've achieved it? You know,
yeah, it could be the same as 23.
Especially for players like Renault and Hunt, right? Back end of the career, they've done something incredible, coming together and winning a comp. You know, just the standards slide a little bit, even subconsciously, and it just filters through. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's such an interesting. Once again, how you would love to be in just one team meeting to get the vibe and the what's going on.
Okay, so you could argue, right? Renault obviously has been very vocal in starting up some startups this season. He's got clothing lines, he's got golf, he's got all sorts of stuff, right? Same as Reese. And there's a few other lads out there doing their own thing. But then, so if you were arguing, well, Renault should have focused on footy, done that shit after he retired, focus on the footy.
Yeah.
Okay, well then how can Karapani can go get loose on the valley?
Exactly.
And turn up and just punch it out.
Yeah.
So, like, I know there's a different mentality. There's an age difference there. There's an attitude. There's all that sort of shit.
Well, I've got a better one for you. How does someone like Gamat Shibasaki have a year like last year where he was essentially the best centre in the comp to turning around to this year where he looked like he'd never seen a defensive pattern in his whole entire life? Do you know what I mean?
That one I can explain easily, I reckon.
Okay, hit me.
So Gamat had that one season where he was elite. He came down, he was the spew bucket on the camera, getting in amongst it. Oh, this is Madge. We all know what Madge is like with a one-hit wonder. He just made, Gamat never lit the world on fire up until this point. And now he's just back where he was. And and it was the same as with 2023, 24, going 2025, 26. He just doesn't have the ability to keep that intensity where he needs to be to perform at that level.
Yeah.
And it's not a knock on Shibba. It would be fucking so hard. You have to essentially, you're right. He was the best center, and he probably thought that, he acted that because he was training that in the background. He had the confidence that he'd done everything right during the week to then go out and be the best center on the day. And to do that week in, week out, up until the grand final, then into the World Cup, the international games, the English tour, and then have a break, and then try to replicate that over, you're a premiership winger. You'd never had that success. You played Origin. You've never had that. You played international footy. You've never had that. And then you got to come back and do it again.
And that all 100% valid. The only thing I would say to counter that is look at someone like Corey Jensen and Corey Pake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the mentality, and I know that you're 100% right, and that's probably more than likely what's going on. Even players like Ezra Mam that have done nothing this year, essentially, compared to what their ceiling is.
Yeah.
It seems more like a player mentality than, because Jordan Ricky, Xavier Willison. Xavier Willison is on track to probably be one of the top 3 forwards in the comp next year if he continues on this trajectory. He's so important, and he's so dynamic in what he can do. Jordan Ricky does not stop defending Renault all game. He has to. That's his fucking job, and it's a hard job.
Yeah.
Katoni goes, he's hot and cold, but Katoni's been hot and cold forever. You know what I mean? This year he was still bloody good, I think, as a general rule. He just never got too much good pill because we just decided not to do that sort of game. But, I reckon it's mainly individuals. But, I mean, you say that, then you go, well, isn't that the job of the coaches to bring them all into the same mindset?
Yeah.
And then, it's such a head fuck to talk about.
It's I'm just looking here. Xavier Willison is 11th in post-contact meters. And what's amazing about that is the players in front of him, you've got Nafa'u White, Philip Sammy, Hamole Olakawatu, Fini Finiwaku, Greg Marzu, Jason Tamalalo, Paseka, Kulumatongi, right? Brian To'o, Stefano. Now, tell me one thing, and if you don't get it, that's fine. Tell me one thing that all those players have in common.
They've played a hell of a lot more games than him, and they know they've played the same position every week.
Bang. They've played the exact same position every single week. Xavier Willison has moved from 13 to 11 to 8 to bench to anywhere. He's just been doing anything and everything, and he's still 11th, which is amazing.
And listen to the names in front of him. That's the top of the top. You know what I mean? That's class-leading players.
And I'm sure he would be up there with tackle breaks potentially, but I'm not going to waste any more of the Thoroughbreds time with that. And my last point is, so this year you could label a couple of players under a couple of categories. You got consistent effort, Karapani, Dean Mariner, even while carrying a leg injury. You got Pagesy, Willison, Ricky. Then you've got the hot and cold. Don't come at me either about if your player isn't in that one, because I'll explain it. Hot and cold through injury or form. All right. So you've got Brendan Piacora, Staggs, Mam, Walsh, Haas, Carrigan, Goz, Reynolds, Hunt. Solid without standing out, Jaden Hunt, Preston Ricky, Ben Tolte, Va'a Samu. Some will argue that Ricky is dog shit. Preston Ricky, that is.
I didn't see it.
Well, I like to put it in who he was trying to play with at the time.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of heavy lifting. And then you got well below the required standard, like Shibber. And then Alex Tafar hasn't exactly kicked it off the way that we thought he would anyway. Last season, very few players fell into the hot and cold. Reece was probably the main one, the old rocks and diamonds. We all remember that chat. Almost everyone consistently brought effort, and it is difficult to identify anyone who was generally poor last year. Some could say, Hetherington played a poor game here or there, or he was playing out of position when we did the whole lock sort of.
Yeah, we used to give Jack Goss a bath, but it wasn't from lack of effort. It was just from getting
just
found out.
Misreads and shit like that. A massive off-season reset must now be coming. Some players will leave for the World Cup duties, so that we won't play finals, but they will play. I believe like Dean Mariner, Willison, Haas, Carrigan. I don't know if Walsh is going to make it.
Carapani, sure.
Carapani. There is going to be some lads out there. I think even Tolti.
Yes,
is there rumours that he's
Italian?
Italian or England?
Italian. Oh, English, is he? Okay. Well, if he's English,
he might be
either or. I think he's in the fucking team.
Yeah. So, we're not going to get a break there. But those who remain need to, proper physical and mental rest.
Yeah.
I reckon. Maintain an acceptable level of fitness and discipline, but switch off from football and then return ready to hit preseason hard after Christmas. Yeah. And they really do need to. They cannot come out next year.
Yeah.
And I say this as in I'm not going to throw the toys out of the cot. They need to, otherwise the fucking media is going to be so loud.
Exactly.
So loud. They need to start at least win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
Well, it has to look like effort.
Yeah,
it can't look like, again, that we've got this team of hotshots that are underperforming.
And we just wasted the entire off-season.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe Gags and Barnett will be the old head signings.
Gags gets in there and just fucking tears shreds off them.
Can you imagine? So, if that kicks off, right, and Shibber's not there, so you imagine Gags goes straight in. Mariner, I know you want to be centre, but you just have to wait. Gags got 1 year or whatever, 2. Imagine coming up against the Broncos if we were on fire and you got to go down one edge and get bathed by Katoni Staggs, or you got to go down the other edge and go up against Gagai.
Yeah.
I
love if we can get a centre pairing of Gagai and Karapani. Can you imagine the effort areas that side's going to give you?
Karapani will no longer worry about his inside man. I
know he's aging. And he's going to get slower, and they're probably going to target it. But I mean, he's not going to make shit reads. He might get beaten for pace. We can cover pace beating. Reece can cover that. It's at the moment our shit reads are just leaving us so short.
Yeah,
and just that experience of just going. And standards. Look what he's done for the Knights.
Mm.
Over the last 2 years.
Dude. Ponga was injured and he went fullback and carved up last year.
Exactly.
In a shit team. Anyway. All right. Fucking enough of that, Thoroughbreds. Let us know your thoughts. Boo.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Hopefully we're not back fucking somewhere else next week with the Dolphins giving us a pass. But anyway.
This is the sort of game we'll fucking win, though.
Yeah.
We'll flog the Dolphins at home just to randomly fuck up our season even further.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we didn't have any nominations for Hot Shots Player of the Match. So I've come up with one. Remember, when it comes to protecting your business, you want a team that responds fast and gets the job done right. And that's exactly what you get with Hot Shot Fire Services. Like a clutch player stepping up in the big moments, Hot Shot Fire Services deliver when the pressure's on. I went Jaden Hunt.
I'm fucking glad you did.
And 75 minutes because he came on for X, ended up playing the entire rest of the game out on that edge. Yes, those reads probably came from Jaden being slotted into that position. But 16 runs, 143 metres, 77 post-contact.
Yeah.
In a team with barely any go forward, 4 tackle breaks, 33 tackles, 3 missed, 2 ineffective, 86.84. He had 1 handling error and 2 ruck infringements. But it was just the effort that I liked.
I'm
thoughts on that, mate?
I'm so with you on it. Like, and hands up, I think we can all say we weren't Jaden's biggest fans.
Mm.
But I mean, he fucking gained one in me after that game because in a team full of superstars, allegedly, like the way he was racing out of the line and trying to make a difference in defence, like he was trying to hit blokes.
Yeah.
And he was running with intent, and he looked like a bloke that was just has been rippling to get an opportunity all year, and it hasn't come, and he got one. And I honestly, if X is out with his leg, well, it's a simple plug and play for me. If like I don't think we should play Pekura again, but this year just to save his head. But I mean, I wouldn't be if he turns up with that sort of effort. It's like, well, you got to put him in because he had a fucking real red hot crack. So good on him.
Yeah, that's it. Let us know what your thoughts are there, Thoroughbreds, on that one. Then for the ladies, we didn't get many there either, but I've gone Jesse Southwell.
Yeah.
Purely, 5 out of 6 conversions she got 10 points. Only did the 12 runs for 90 metres, but doing her job, 2 line breaks, 2 line break assists, 1 try assist, 3 tackle breaks, 12 tackles, 1 miss, 1 ineffective. Just solid in the middle, directing them around.
Just control. She was a puppet master. She knew exactly where our sets needed to go. She knew where our sets had to end. She put in the right kicks. She Joey Johns come up to the Broncos.
Perfect. All right. Let's let's listen to some comedy. I'm going to say that. He only just got this video in too, by the way, before we went to record. I was going to run this section without him and just shit on him for sending in Thurston's laugh. But
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what he's got to say for himself. He might be a bit sore and sorry for him this week.
How the fuck does that happen in the professional era of rugby league that we're living in right now? How the fuck does that happen?
What are you talking about?
You just miss me with this fucking bullshit like, we had a short turnaround. We put a lot in the last week. Fuck off. No way. The Roosters caught fire. Fuck, premiership threat. Bullshit. You cunts just could not be asked to show pride in the jersey. There's no way that squad is 70 points better than you. It is purely fucking some mental disconnect or I don't know what's going on. But it's the constant fear that we live in as Cows fans. Oh, fucking put your bats out for the Cows fans. The poor cunts that actually went to the stadium, probably travelled from fuck knows, out their back arse end of bloody Mount Isa, Normanton somewhere, took their kids to watch the Cows play. Holy shit. Holy shit. Like, I'd argue that you could assemble the best team out of the 8 straight Queensland era and stand them up against the fucking Dragons. They'd battle to put 80 points on them. They might do it one time in fucking 10 maybe. Like, it is a big fuck you to the fans, and I don't appreciate it. And now we're the clowns of the fucking comp. Lovely. Can't wait. When's fucking cricket start? Fuck this.
And that was a real-time crash out from the Gronk, which is understandable. 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 Hey, you were there, mate. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Didn't go to the game before the week before because fuck that. But I happily took a free ticket to go on Thursday night just to watch. And, like I'm sitting with Cowboys fans and they're like, oh, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? How are we going to go? I'm like, man, I don't know. Hey, like, if the Roosters don't show up, you guys should be able to get on.
Yeah. Matty John's tipped the Cowboys. Like, that's how many, that's the sort of caliber of people who give him a shot.
Yeah. And then that started and it did not stop.
Mm.
And like they nearly had 50 in one half thanks to a no try. It didn't happen. Yeah. But it was awful. And then probably about the 60th minute, the stadium was that empty. You could hear people on the other side of the stadium. Like that normally gets drowned out, before you can see or whatever. It had that echo, that hollow echo sound. It was bad. It was diabolical. Had a kid behind us. There was one kid right over my shoulder, diehard Cowboys, just intolerable. Like, going. But then I had another kid 3 rows back on the other shoulder. He was a Roosters boy.
Oh, my God.
And he was just as intolerable sort of thing. And anyway, I knew what this kid looked like. I'm like, typical Townsville lad, sure, whatever. And I was like, I hadn't turned around. And I was getting a bit cheeky because Cows were losing or whatever. I was like, does this kid look like I think he does? Turn around. Yeah, he did. Mate, big old rat mullet sort of thing going on. Roosters to the core, mate. Like just all the colours. And every time they scored, he's sitting at the top just cock-a-doodle-doo, just at the top of his
He's been waiting his whole life to get a Roosters game in fucking Townsville.
Mate, I'm like, mate, there's a riot if you're over 18 sort of thing. Like you are stirring the pot, something chronic. But it was good. It was good, but it was also fucking awful.
That's a hard. He is right. It is hard to believe a team could get pumped by that much.
Yeah. Like I tried to be the ones. Well, what was the run like? And like you go back, so they from their bye in round 15, they got pumped by 18 points put on, like 18 margin by the Warriors, 38-20. Then they beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
Then they had a bye, so rest up. Then you went 1 point against the Eagles. You got 36 put on you by the Dolphins. You front-loaded and put a lot of effort into the Broncos to do a 5-day turnaround and go up against the Roosters.
Yeah.
But, like, that coupled with Walker could not do a thing wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Walker scored 202.
That last fucking try is chip soccer. Fucking bounces perfectly. It's like,
Did you see the clip from the Hello Sport boys?
No, what did they say?
So they are doing the live stream and they rang Rando and they were behind. Their stream was behind Rando. Yeah. And Rando's saying, yeah, look, this is one of the worst scores of the rah. And then Sam Walker does that and he goes, oh, Sam Walker scores. So now it is the worst points in the thing. And they're like, hang on, we're behind you. Hang on. So then they watch it live while I've got Rando on the phone.
Oh, and my God.
Oh, pure content.
Just baking.
Yeah, so good, the content. Tough watch. It'll be interesting to see how they are, because they come up against the Titans this weekend. Thursday night.
Like, it's a double header of Queensland derbies. It's like weird timing, but whatever.
Yeah, so they're $1.60 favourites at the moment.
The Cowboys
are $1.60 up against $2.35 Titans.
The Titans did Titan things against the fucking Wars.
Yeah, they did. They let me down. Fuck me.
They did. I tipped them too, but they weren't. They're not the Titans that they used to be. Like, they still. What they did was drop the ball when they were going to score a point.
Yeah.
They still have a red hot crack this year, so fuck me.
It could be an interesting game, that one.
That will be interesting. If it's overs, surely is paying $1.05.
Oh,
surely.
It'll be a shootout for sure. You'd have to think the Cows would want to turn something around real quick.
What the how?
Yeah.
Anyway, if they do, Is that even bigger fuck you to the fans? It's like, no, like, I'm sorry that you all turned up last week and we got 80 put on us, but, we're going to have a crack this week.
I mean, if they beat the Titans, who aren't necessarily top 8.
I hope they beat the Titans because the Titans will fucking jump us.
Yeah. Well, they've already jumped us.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only Dragons and the who's on the bye, the Tigers, and they'll jump us because they got the bye this weekend. Yuck. Anyway, round 23. Let's have a quick look ahead and we'll wrap this shit up. Corey Jensen out for the season. Brendan Piacora potentially season done. I wouldn't be playing him.
No, I hope so.
Ablex Safar, he should be available for selection. So depending on what Xavier does, maybe we look at a Jaden Hunt run on Tafar taking his bench spot, something like that. Adam Reynolds most likely will miss.
Yeah, Cap one. He's got
the thing, but like again, season done. Like I've got the question mark there. Like Anyway, we'll see what happens there. And then apparently, Mr. Preston Ricky went and did his ankle. Excellent. Yeah, Reece Walsh is our only on report $1,000 fine for the misconduct first offence. Assuming he's taken the guilty on that one. We do go up against the Dolphins. We are at Suncorp as an away game. We've had an 8-day versus a 7-day turnaround. They are sitting 5th. We are sitting 15th. 12 out of 19 wins up against 6 out of 19 wins, which is fucking disgusting. Yeah, it's not looking good, mate. I have, what have we got here? $1.44. Is that still running?
Yeah, I see that. We're like $7 to win, 1 to 12 or some fucking thing.
My God. Yeah, it wasn't looking crash. Yeah. So it is $1.44 versus $2.82. The line's at 7.5 points. Under over is 48.5.
Wow.
Yeah, she's looking $7, 13 plus is pretty bad. Anyway, Broncos 13 plus.
Broncos 13 plus, and we'll definitely be having a little side bet on that.
Yeah, Jordan Ricky, first time try scorer.
First try scorer into a Mariner, into Broncos 13 plus. Because Thoroughbreds, we all know this is the roller coaster of the Broncos, right? We all know we could lose this game by fucking 60. If Hammer fires, Herbie fires, Katoa goes ape shit, Finafuiaki, like they've got an attacking barrage. However, we know that if we can field a relatively decent team and we hold the ball and do some, Duffy gets the 7 and we do some Duffy Walsh ball, like we could also beat them by fucking whatever we want to. So it's a strange week of football. But I'm terrified of the Hammer, that speed up against our left edge, their right. I think a highlight's going to be the Herbie-Katoni battle. We know how much Katoni lifts for these big centre altercations. Like Brady Best, one of the best, obviously, in the comp, and even he didn't make too many inroads. Like Katoni did a pretty good job on probably the top 2-3 centres in the game. So it's going to be great to see that battle, but Jesus, I hope the boys decide to turn up.
Yeah.
You wonder if the pressure is actually fully released now that we definitely can't make it, and they just like take a breath and go, fuck, let's get a couple of wins for Payne before he fucks off. I did see, I don't want to believe, and I don't want the Thoroughbreds to believe, but I did see an article saying Souths are sweating on the cool-off period. Anyway, so I don't know what that...
Sweating on the cool-off period?
They're sweating about contract negotiations with Payne Haas. And it was behind a paywall, so I couldn't fucking find it. But something to do with the last ditch effort, which says to me that someone might be going big name that might have freed up a lot of salary cap that they've gone, well, fuck you, we're going to throw another one in. Because I'm pretty sure he's got until September before he has to commit.
Oh, I thought he'd already committed.
I thought so too, but this headline caught my eye.
Okay.
When I'm out in the bush, I get satellite. You get satellite on your new iPhone, so I can see messages. I can't see like videos, or I can see messages come through on the group chat. I can't see any of the videos or the content. And every now and then on Facebook, it'll just give you enough data to like, it'll throw up like a headline.
Yeah,
The photo's not there, and it says South's in limbo over Payne Haas negotiations or some fucking thing. I was like, ugh.
interesting.
Not that
You're hearing it live here as we discuss this, because I did see something as well, but I thought it was something to do with an injury. But I don't know.
Maybe they're worried about how much they're paying him when he's going like this. But I mean, fuck, he's still amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is injury. Hopefully, maybe it'll all come out by the time this podcast comes out. Anyway, we'll go on to the women's. Obviously, we've got Shalom out for the season. Hayley Maddock, she's off with the pregnancy. Kerry Johnson has done her shoulder, to be confirmed. And Lillian Yarrow, I'm pretty sure she'll be back this weekend. She only had to do the mandatory concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've lost Bree Clark for a grade 1 careless high tackle, second and subsequent offence. So she will be looking at 1 to 2 matches. I think they'll just take the guilty plea and they'll go the 1 match. Yeah. Ali Brigginshaw. Now, this is her last season. We're in round 5. I think they have. Yeah. Like, maybe she's going in the WWE after this.
Yeah, there's a future.
Because they've only got 11 rounds, so we're going into round 6, right? The longest suspension ever handed down for what she got hit with is 4 matches. Which
was fighting for. What was our baby girl that got hit with that a couple of years ago?
That was she fed one of the Cherrington girls, which absolutely highlighted my year that year. Yep, into it. She got 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, so, it was 4.
So that would see Ali out for the rest of this season, or she'd have 1 game left before we went into finals. Yeah, we've got finals, but if she goes like 5 games, you got to make the finals for her to play again in the last season. And like, honestly, you can't really argue that you can't be like, oh, it's her last year, she's a veteran. That was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what came over her.
No, and like, she had the tackle completed.
Yeah.
Fall to the ground, and she's like, nah, bruv.
Yep.
Fucking sub-block stuff. Like, very lucky that there wasn't a bad injury come out of that. Like, I know Julia Robinson did that exact same motion to herself later, scoring a try. But,
nearly scorpioned herself.
Bad.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. They take on the Raiders. They are back at home, Totally Workwear Stadium, Sunday, 1:45. We are loving the Sunday games in the NRLW at the moment. Looking to keep the streak alive. First place up against 7th. The Raiders went down to the Cowboys at Magic Round, which was a bit of a shock considering that the Cowboys have been hit with injuries, pregnancies, and all sorts of stuff. I think they've got Manselman and maybe one other player that's actually any good. And the rest are sort of, the roster's had a bit of a shake-up, put it that way. Like they can definitely blame injuries and whatnot for this season. But they got the job done over at the Raiders, which was good. It was a decent game. I watched that one. So be interesting to see what happens here. The Raiders have yet to beat us. So it's always a good stat. The odds are $1.15 head-to-head up against $5.50.
Wow.
Line is 14.5. and I'll be taking a nibble at them 41.5 over under.
Right.
For sure.
All three of that combined, thank you very much, with the try scorers that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. They got both sides of that team humming.
Yeah.
It was a shame Romy didn't get over for a 50th on the weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think, other than Tamika, no, that wasn't a milestone game. I don't think any of the milestone girls have scored. Even Leonard Doozy. She hit 50 the other day. She didn't score. That was one random game she didn't score. And then we've had Robbo. Robbo didn't score. And now Romy. So, anyway, I'll be wrapping my, what are we doing? Oh, we got an Italian festival on Sunday, so that should be good. But I'll keep
fill your ass with pasta and
mate.
Broncos multi.
I'm just going to walk around and say, ciao.
Ciao,
But yeah, that's me. What are you doing this week, mate?
Oh, more of the same, mate. I've got to go to Mount
yeah.
Pick up these parts, hopefully fix this loader with zero mechanical skill, and right that wrong, and then get this fence down. Got Bubby's 4th birthday on Sunday, which I am not prepared for. There's no one else here in this vicinity because they're all away at a cluster day in Longreach, so I have to have that all ready. Sweating.
Yeah, I bet. Nah, you'll be right, mate. You'll be right.
Yeah, I'll be good.
It'll be killer.
I've got a jumping castle, right? We've had a jumping castle. It's been too cold to have the fucker out. That is making it an appearance. Rain, hail, or shine.
Yeah.
We just won't run water in the fucker. Like, kids love jumping bouncy shit. So, like, that's going to be my ace in the hole. That no matter what else isn't done and no matter what else the missus is going to fucking drag me over the coals for, the jumping will be on the lawn and the kids will be happy.
As they drive in, mate. Just don't look at the smoke. Look at this.
Yes. This huge crocodile fucking jumping castle. Go for God.
Fuck yes. No, that's good. Mate, another bit of chat. We were at the soccer game for Ivy on the weekend, and the little man brought in his T-Rex, his favourite dinosaur.
Perfect.
And normally I don't, because what could happen? So anyway, I let him, put my guard down, and we go to leave. We get all the way to the car, and they're looking for the T-Rex.
Ooh.
And I'm like, Bud, where'd you put the T-Rex? I don't know. It's gone. So I sent the old kid back, go have a look, pack them all in the car. I'm sitting there in it. He comes back. He's like, nah, can't see it. And it's gone. And I was like, instant in the back, you could just see him like, ball.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, I drive off, whatever, driving out. And then you could look back and Toy Story has fucking ruined me, hey. Like, all I can think of is he's missing his toy, and then there's a toy out there who's missing his kid.
Yeah.
Even if somebody else has picked him up, that's not his kid, sort of thing, So anyway, we drive out, and there's a roundabout, and then there's another roundabout before you're actually committed to leaving, sort of thing. And I'm like, fuck, shit, turn around, park her up, like get out of the car. We're all going in to have a look at this funny thing. Go in, and it's not there. Like, we even climbed the tree they were climbing, had a look. Nah, no good. And then I get home and I unpack the car, and there's a fucking thing sitting in the basket.
Just having the time of his life. Like,
idiot me didn't look. Yeah, what are you guys stopping all the time?
Hey, but going back to your Toy Story reference, how do you know when you pulled up back at the school, it didn't dive up in the bunk and jump in that basket?
Mate, you are 100% right. You are 100% right. He might have been tailing us at the roundabout when we threw the indicator on.
Just putting in the big ones.
And he got there, and I thank him for it. And so does a 4-year-old. Righto, Thoroughbreds. That's us. We've talked shit enough. Let us know what your thoughts are. Write it all down in the comments. Go off at us. Tell us your piece. All that sort of stuff. We'll try and reply as best as we can. Head over to the socials if you haven't already. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads. We're on all of them. A like on our posts costs you guys nothing. Please hand them out. Comment gives us motivation. Sharing our content introduces the page to others. Get your voicemails in, get your tips in, and shore up your Supercoach teams. We are in the final stretch, and that the record got broken over the weekend. 2,047 points.
Yeah.
I believe. You want to take a bet at who he captain? Mr. Sam Walker.
Yeah. And then had Nico and everyone else. That was awesome. So,
Mate, it was a disgusting plethora of people. So you had a Brayley, a May, Fanua Blake. They're all in the 80s, 90s. Then we go for the hundreds. We got Couchman, Yo, Nico Hines, Nathan Cleary, Tamari Martin, Herbie Farnworth, Mark Nwangati-Tawase, Greg Marzu, James Tedesco, Sam Walker, mate, ringing the bell left, right, and centre with the Hundies. 2,047 points.
that's a massive.
That's a massive, massive tally. He's ranked 39,134. So you're telling me I can still do that?
Telling me I can get that $2,000. I can get that $2,000 before then. I've got the team for it. I just don't have the fucking captain skills to do it.
That's it. Imagine if he had a captain. He didn't. He captained Nico Hines. Imagine if he had a Sam Walker.
Yeah. 2,200. Thank you very much.
Swap Nico for fucking Sam and you're fucking laughing. Bet responsibly, bet for fun and never for the rent. Keep pushing through. Keep the black dog at arm's length. Be a contributor to society. Take those breaks for yourself when you need them. Remember, you matter, and that's all that matters. Take it easy, Thoroughbreds. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, Thoroughbreds. Have a good one.
A gas, babe!